Hey Rebels. Okay, so I just stepped away from doing the last read and just to clear out the energy, and Spirit pulled my ass back. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So I was brought to the attention of this. Have you ever been in the presence of someone that they share something with you, or you all are indulging in a certain type of behavior? Like, for example, someone sends you um, a YouTube short, and based upon that YouTube short, you're in agreement with that person and with the YouTube short. But once you are no longer in that person's presence, once you are no longer sharing and exchanging energy with that person, once you are with yourself, you think back to that YouTube short, for example, and you think to yourself, like, why the hell did I agree with that? The way that I even expressed myself in interpreting what I saw in that YouTube short was not who I am, was not of my belief. Now, what Spirit wants you to understand and put yourself in the placement of, if you are indeed in this placement, it shouldn't be too hard. Have you ever been in the presence of someone and realized that you were completely detached from who it is that you are? That so long as you were in the presence or the shared energy with this person or these people, you are operating on their level. You deluded yourself from who it is that you know that you have the authority of being, of your appropriate representation. That you depleted your character, your value, your essence just to match their energy and belong. Now, Spirit said, forgive yourself, because at that time you may not have realized that that was what was going on, that that was happening. And Spirit said that if indeed this is something that you are currently experiencing, that once you move away from somebody, you are an entirely different being. You don't agree with the actions and behaviors that you would agree with when you're around. Spirit said those are the exact people who you need to cut off. And if these are indeed family members, they said family members can go as well. And if you have to be in communications with these family members, they say you need to make it short. You need to make it brief. And do not expose so much about yourself for the sake of their knowing and the sake of them being able to tamper with. Now we're going to do another row, but right here with Divine Masculine, you have Divine Masculine, Community, Faith, Real Love at the center of the read. But you also have Mature Man, Trusted, and Rising Star. Now, overall energy is transition. Spirit is saying that you are you have so many opportunities that would like to make its way towards you. But the problem is, if this, is of current. Now, if this is something that you've been through, honey, use this read as confirmation. But the problem is, as of current, is that you still are holding on to the validation of others who you believe actually love you. So you believe that they have your best interest at heart. Why would they tell me any wrong? They're my uncle. Why would they stir me wrong? That's my mother. Why would they stir me wrong? That's been my best friend since we were in elementary school. Spirit said that you are living your own life experience. Anything outside of you is just simply a suggestion. It takes me back to the energy that I was conditioned in regards to my mother. My mother, she spoke in such a way that any suggestion she made towards you or any option that she gave you, it was not an option. It was not a suggestion. She was with her tone, and I'm tone sensitive. She was with her tone telling me exactly what it is that she wanted me to do or else. Now, Spirit is saying that these are the same energies. This masculine, we're not going to call him quite divine, honey, because I'm noticing some things about the picture. He ain't so divine. He got some shit hidden behind him. This masculine, this community, even those who you knew, who did it in your face, who stole from you, robbed from you, bullshit on your time and your time management. Honey, Spirit said your time management was not all that well. Spirit really wants you to get in this place of understanding that how valuable your time is. So, as important as we believe that having other people in our life is, you need to understand that how you manage your time is so important. You have given so much energy towards managing people. You hear that? You have been given so much energy in your time managing people versus managing where you should be and where you would like to implement your time. With the where you would like to implement your time and where you should be implementing your time. What Spirit just gave me with that message is that a lot of parts and portions of you aren't even of your choosing. A lot of points and portions of you. Oh, there's projection. Uh, uh, right. Um, are not of you. They are of other people and what their interests have been. You started liking something because you knew that your attachment towards liking this certain something kept you in close proximity to others. So let's say it, for instance, football. Oh, yeah, you really love football, don't you? Just for example, you really love football. But why did you really love football? You really love football because of that ex of yours or that current boyfriend, girlfriend of yours. Or you really like that sport because it kept you feeling close to a deceased loved one. Or because someone who you were interested in liked it. So you learned it, you studied it, and you became a part of that community. The Spirit wants you to get into this place of understanding. It does not matter the age of the person, especially if they are someone who is of an older, age than you. It does not mean that what they deem to qualify you to be in their space is what qualified you to be in their space. So let's say that this was someone who liked football. You felt because you learned football, you studied football, you learned the language and everything, that's what made them like you. But really, it was something else. So, this is why Spirit brought in that other message of you need to be able to identify yourself, not just in conversations, not just in the presence of others. When you are in the presence of others, when you are having conversations with others, and when you are no longer around them, this is how you get to that space of, you know what? If we could redo that conversation, I would have said this. I would have said that. I should have said that. But then what would they had said? What would they had thought of me? And Spirit wants you to stop holding yourself back. Stop doubting yourself. Right? Stop suppressing yourself in the presence of others just to belong. You're going to lose some people. Some people may come back, and try to get what they really liked about you versus what you felt y'all were connecting on the level of. Spirit said, trust. You are about a lifestyle, but the lifestyle that you have been living has not been your lifestyle. You have been living a lifestyle that has been built on a foundation of other people's interests. Now, let me get these other cards out and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Now, listen. Spirit said some of this stuff is going to hurt. What you trying to show me? Spirit said some of this stuff is going to hurt. Confirmation. Once again, Spirit says some of this stuff is going to hurt. Now, these people have been very enamored by your, let's just call it for what it is, your stupidity. How you have neglected yourself. How you have propped yourself up to show them how important their interests are for you to have that as a connection to them, right? Spirit said, know that you are loved and know that you are respected, but you are not loved and respected amongst those who you have felt that you have had close relationships with. Spirit is saying, we want to look right here to the house and emotional pain. A lot of this stuff was due to your early on conditioning of how to get along, how to make friends, what it looks like to mm, have companionship, what it is that you're supposed to do if you're interested in someone or if someone shows interest in you. A lot of this has to do with the conditionings that you have yet to let go of and readjust those contracts, reevaluate them. Look at the fine print of where did this behavior come from. Just like I gave that example of my mother. For so long, when someone would give me a suggestion, even if it was an actual suggestion, or they would give me options or their opinions, I would do exactly what they said out of the fear of losing them. And then after doing that for so long, it wasn't even out of the fear of losing them. It was just that there was this order in me that said, whenever someone else says do something, you better do it or else. And that or else wind up fading in the background because it became a part of who I was. Okay, because I'm no longer that. You can't get much past me. Okay, sometimes I gotta stop and make sure that I ain't getting nothing past myself. All right, but Spirit wants you to be able to have actual relationships with the communities that you are interested in. Now, for some of you, this may wind up being difficult, especially with, social media and, depending on how your environment is, being the environment that you're in. Depending on how your environment is, there may be certain ways that you have to carry yourself in order to survive. That survival is actually there to show you that it's a discomfort for you, that you are no longer comfortable there because you're not enjoying it, because you don't feel like you're living life. You feel like you're just here. And Spirit really wants you to live. And Spirit wants you to really feel that you are a part of. We have monitoring spirits here. What the heck? Give me a moment. See, I just got it. Moved it on out the way. Set it free. Anyway, but Spirit really wants you to be in environments and relationships that genuinely touch your soul, that really are in connection with who you are as an individual, not who you are as a collaborator. Okay, I like that, collaborator, but who you choose to be. People who don't judge you because your interests may not align with their interests, but yet and still they like you because of your character. People who actually like you not because of what they can get from you or what it is or how much it is that you can take. That narcissist stuff. Here with the North Node and the South Node, honey, Spirit wants you to know that people are going to try to steal from you. People are going to try to take from you no matter what level of life you are at. So there's this thing that you need to just accept, that people are going to make attempts. Now, it's your awareness that actually gives them the success. Are you aware of what's happening? Do you know when to remove yourself from certain places and from certain people, and so you don't get taken from? Do you pay attention to those flags that they waved right there up in your face with a little light shining on it, making it look like it's pink when really it's red? Are you really feeding into, what? Let me give them another chance. Or maybe they didn't understand what they were saying. No, people understand what they're saying, especially if they did not come back and correct themselves with their intentions and expressing without you needing to question them. Hey, you know what? I know I said this, but really I meant that. And showing it. Okay, and I know I heard somebody recently say that actions do not speak louder than words, that you need to pay attention to someone's intentions. The way that I receive that is your actions are a part of your intentions. Even if your actions are disguised by your intentions. You have to look at the overall person, but Spirit wants you to tap into yourself, understand yourself. Other people's experiences are not your experiences. So other people's advice and other people's suggestion is not always going to play out for you the way that it played out for them. So it could play for you favorable. It can also play for you not favorable. But you will never know until you learn to trust yourself. So there's some area in your life that you are not trusting yourself, that you are taking on other people's opinions and other people's advice, and you're not applying that to the character of yourself, your free will, your willingness, what it is that you can handle. In order to know yourself, you have to understand what it is that you can handle, what it is that you can tolerate, and understand that this is not a competition with anybody. Okay? Here with Hannah, yes, you deserve real love, but with Hannah, you need to earn you there's a level you need to earn it. I was gonna try to sugarcoat it for you, honey. You need to earn real love. And in earning real love, that means earn, knowing, knowing and being everything that you want in a relationship, whether it's companionship, whether it's a spouse, whether it's friendship, whether it's employeeship, or however the heck you put that, whatever it is that you want of someone outside of you, you need to make sure that you have within, and hold on to that, and don't let nobody change or readjust that just because they sent you to the example earlier, a YouTube video, and you just briefly look. No, examine it. Do you need that? Do you want that? Is there any purpose for you to understand that? Is there any purpose of you to understand that, not just of yourself, but of others who you would like to deal with or you don't want to deal with? Because even things that don't interest you, they interest somebody who's around you. And you may want to understand that too, but that does not mean that you need to make it a part of who you are. Okay? So Spirit is overall saying separate. Separate with the endings. Separate your identity from other people's identity. So be comfortable with even having disagreements. Respect them over there respectfully and respect you over here. Don't let them come over trying to disrespect you because because you disagree with them. And be humble enough to, if you need to, if it's called for, to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I misunderstood, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand where you was coming from. Do not be too big for apologies if you feel that that relationship is actually worth it. Spirit said, cut this shit out with situationships. Because once again, at the beginning of this message, we were talking about you managing your time and not managing people. You need to manage your time, your values, your time, your values, your principles, your morals. If you don't have principles and morals, honey, look up the definition and ask yourself, where are your principles and your morals, and what are they? Okay, because someone who does not have principles or morals will fall for anything. They have awareness of nothing. They just go with the flow of whatever the crowd say is okay. And then they find themselves caught up in a whole bunch of shit and wondering, how the hell did I get here? Because you weren't being responsible for you. You let others babysit you without even knowing what your allergies was. Because you didn't even know what your allergies was. Honey, now, Spirit said they need you to trust that you are having an awakening about where you have been confused at and what your illusions have been. Your head is officially coming out them clouds. And honey, with the way his hair is all gray and dusted, I just had this feeling that it wasn't like a a thunderstorm or anything. Now it was a volcano that erupted. Something major in regards to a relationship that you deem to be a close relationship to you, a relationship that you felt that you were entitled to for this just cause reason or that reason or the other. It's going to erupt like a fucking volcano once you come into this self-awareness of yourself, of what you will not tolerate, what you stand for, all your beliefs, how your beliefs don't match up, the illusion that this person sat back and watched you just be in a daze and confusion of. And that relationship would no longer be ever again what it once was. Even if you all come back together on one accord or another, that relationship will never be what it once was. Now here with love offering. We want to, this love offering. Ooh, baby. Just put new beginnings. new beginnings, plural. So there's been many, many situations where you have neglected yourself from even acknowledging that you have not been being yourself because you weren't able to identify yourself because you were just comfortable so long as other people seem to have accepted you. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. At the bottom of the deck, old wounds. It says, we attract what we need to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release. Confirmation. You probably partially heard that. Anyway, it says the cycle will continue. The cycle will continue until you find a common denominator of what you need to heal and release. Go within to heal the pain layer by layer to find joy again. And even if you feel like you never found joy, once you allow yourself and permit yourself to go through this, you had joy. And oftentimes you will realize you had that joy in the best times when you were by yourself. Now I am gonna put this here, right here, at the center of the read. But we want to get 3 more cards. Okay, we want this one here. Love refined. Oh, we can't find in 4. Let's get this one right there. Family dynamic. Okay, nature therapy. Spiritual guides. And at the bottom, let go. Let go. Couldn't say it better myself. Let go. So, as we said before, a lot of this stuff, a lot of this ways of being started early on in life. And you just kept on moving. And there was something about you that did not stop to think, why do these people actually like me? Why am I actually around? And if you have stopped to think about it, you didn't go into it far enough, because when you asked yourself that question, you were still managing people. Maybe you had a phone call that interrupted your train of thought. Maybe you have yet to spend enough self-time with yourself to really reflect on yourself. And when I say self-time, I mean going on about life without codependency, going on about life without needing those breaks and going to catch up with somebody else and figuring out they updates on their life, or whomever's updates on the lights and the gossip and the catching tea and all that other stuff. Spirit said that this has been a very painful pattern for you, whether you know of it or not. Spirit wants you to look at all the times that you have had conflict with others. If you had a prison wall right now, just of the past year, how many arguments have you got into? And not even arguments where you are standing strong in yourself, saying, no, this is who I am, not yelling, not screaming, but nah, I'm sure about myself, no matter what you project at me. No, those arguments where you're going back and forth, with someone where either one of you or both of you are trying to get the last words. And they say, even if you are in that place where you are sure of yourself, but you are still letting this person be combative with you, why are you accepting that? So Spirit said, if you had a prison wall, how many arguments have you had? How many times have you had to tell a lie for the sake of yourself, to protect yourself, to make sure that you didn't lose somebody, and it was just like, oh, well, it was a little small white lie, or it was a temporary lie. I was going to tell them once I corrected something. Spirit really wants you to look at those uncomfortable times where you come into these reads and you may want to feel yourself be, oh, I heard shit, Spirit, be worthy of saying, yeah, I'm everything that these reads be saying. Yeah, I'm the person on this end of the spectrum. I'm not the karmic. I didn't do nothing wrong. But Spirit said, have you really been honest with yourself? Now, you hear what Spirit hears all, knows all, and is aware of all, even if you are not going to admit it to yourself. Love refined. So the ways that you have identified what I heard classism. The ways that you have identified classism, the way that you have identified what real love is, what loving yourself is, what respecting yourself is, what making sure no one else disrespect you is. Now, this message overall needs to assist you in the start and the beginning of refining how you see love, how you experience love. Going that struggle love shit. Oh, well, if you love me, you'll stay even though I betrayed you. If you love me, then you'll deal with me this way. And if you love me, you'll just accept the fact that I have these wounds even though I'm not doing anything about them. Spirit said, fuck all that shit. Okay, oh my goodness. This retrograde is finna show something serious. It's finna show something serious. Okay, honey, and I'm even as the reader, even as the seer, I am sitting here like, ooh, what the hell does it have in store for me? Okay, so know that you're not going through this by yourself. There are so many of us on this planet, and so many of us are, no, so many of them aren't willing to face that this is the truth of their matters. But honey, look, if you gotta take me through that, take me through that, take me through that so I ain't gotta deal with this shit again. That's where I'm at. And great that we said that with spiritual guide. Here we co-create. Co-creating your ability to let go and know that protection is needed. What's this next one? Is it the death? Is it the death? Good news. Good news and positive energy. So even though this message may seem scary, and it probably is actually scary to you because you don't know what's going to happen until you act out your role, till you act out your part, until you see how you show up, and then you reflect on it, just like a lot of your past, just like all of your past, until you mature to the place where you are able to reflect on it. And Spirit is saying this is the good news. Then you'll be able to see why it was good news that it even happened. You know, it's hard to let things go when you don't know what's on the other side of it. It's hard to let things go when you don't know what's on the other side of it. Spirit is telling me just split the deck. What we got here? I need the Knight of Cups. Now take a gander at this. Take a gander at this. I love this card. I've never seen this card. This is a deck that I have not really used. I used this deck all of today, but I'm excited about this deck. Every illustration that I've been seeing, just excited about it. And Spirit said that that's also a message for you. There are things that are coming into your life due to the people, things, behavior, causes, actions that you are in a season of letting go and releasing that, that are going to show you some newness that you really thought was impossible. All right. Here with this Knight of Cups, it's such a beautiful illustration because this green horse, I love the color green. This green horse has scales on it, you know, like it's a reptile, and just the paleness of this being, this elf. It's just like the connection of being so connected with yourself and with earth and with all that there is. Okay, and I'm looking at the what is it called, a chalice. That point of releasing, that point of that armor was so heavy on you, and that armor was so familiar on you that you didn't even know that you were wearing it. That you didn't even know that you've been in survival mode, even in being in survival mode of dishonoring yourself and doing whatever you needed to do to keep other people around, connecting with other people on levels that if you had a year to yourself and they were brought back to these people, these same people who are in your life now, if they were brought back to your presence after you spending a year by yourself, Spirit really wants you to think about how different you would be if you did not have them to call on, that they couldn't call on you, that Spirit just completely cut that line. And after a year, you coming back from that retreat with yourself, would half of them even still be invited back into your life or no? Will nostalgia be enough for them to get an all access pass back to you, or would you only give them access to portions of you? Okay, so some of these people need to be put in their categories. And it's okay because they put you in a category. Some of these people don't even deserve a category in your life. Now, Spirit is telling me to get the top one. Baby, the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and get the bottom one and the Knight of Wands. Okay, 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 okay. So, yeah, talk about a life change. Talk about you going head first into the fire. The moment that you're ready, the moment that you go through whatever this volcano ass experience is going to be. Over here with the awakening, with the confusion and illusion being awakened to you of how you have been a deception to yourself. Have others have depleted you intentionally because they like, oh, here's a fool. And listen. Ooh, Spirit say we got another one. We got another one. They want me to get this top card right here. Okay. All right, doing this rather backwards and all over the place, but Spirit said there is no particular order that any of this is supposed to go in. And they're not talking about necessarily to read, but the fact that we're pulling these cards like this is saying that there is no particular order that you need to be listening out for in this read, because shit is just going to be all over the place. And that is what's going to cause you to wake up to this head first energy, to get your emotions all pure and taking off all this armor and allowing yourself to breathe, allowing yourself to be rehydrated, allowing yourself to understand that the directions that you are moving in, you're ready and you're prepared for it, even though you are going into this stuff blindly, not knowing what's on the other side. Now, King of Pentacles, we're going to get back to you in a moment. Oh, shit. And then we had a Page of Pentacles. Baby, listen. Okay. All right. Give me a moment. That is so touching. That is so touching. Okay. All right. So you getting a fresh new start. With the beginnings right here. It's not even about trying again. It's about the new directions. It's about the starting over your life, your experience, your way of seeing relationships, your way of seeing how you give, how you receive, your intake, and how you experience yourself within that intake of reciprocity, not just with yourself, but with others. Honey, listen. Okay. You are here with this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles, baby. I love the fact that both of them came out, because you are going to learn how to respect your time, how to manage your time, how to let others feel that energy off of you, of that they need to come correct or don't come at all. Okay, because you are going within this experience here, you are going to see your value. Once again, Spirit said, yes, this is going to hurt. Okay, this is like cosmetic surgery from your internal. Okay, and then it's going to be, the makeover is going to be the energy that exudes from you externally. Right? You are, baby, you are going to live a life of fruitful abundance that you never thought that you could have ever had for yourself. And I know because I've been through this before. It seems to be the scariest thing when you go through your contacts and you just delete certain numbers, and you ain't even got to delete certain numbers. You ain't even got to block them. You can just not answer them. You can just respect your time and say to yourself, you know what, right now is not the time. I cannot afford to be distracted. You cannot go, honey, you gonna see people disappear from you because they feel like that you have something against them because you would not abide by their orders, because you would not make them comfortable. Okay? Not because they had something spectacular for you and it was an opportunity and you bypassed it. Honey, and Spirit say you need to reevaluate what is an opportunity for you. Because some of these opportunities, a lot of these opportunities that you have previously came from have been opportunities of misfortune and chaos. And then you get back in that space of, how did I wind up here? Right? So, Spirit, and here with the Page of Pentacles, honey, You're reevaluating yourself. You're relearning yourself. Even though it's going to have you in this energy, it's going to have you back and forth teetering. And that's why I said I love both of these came out. It's going to have you back and forth teetering in this energy of, I feel like I'm the student. Nah, but I'm the teacher. I feel like I'm the teacher, but nah, I'm the student. So you're going to be gauging yourself and recalibrating yourself to know when you need to step up and when you need to pull yourself back. Back to that example that we gave at the beginning. If someone sent you, let's say for instance, if someone sent you a YouTube short about, well, if you accept someone and they 30%, they are going to just deplete that further and further. So though you accepted them at 30% and you're sticking around waiting for them to give you that 100, now they saw that you accepted that 30. So therefore they're gonna knock you down and discount you to 25% of them and less and less. And you're yeah, that's the reason why. Yeah. The way that you agree with that and the lessons that you can learn from that is what you need to be with yourself with. Even that example for real, okay? Having what Spirit really wants you to as well learn from this is having an immediate response to what you've seen, having an immediate response to what you experience, having an immediate response or answer for someone else shows your desperation. So be okay with being patient with responding. Be okay with not responding until you're sure, until you're okay, until you evaluate it, whether it aligns with your morals and your principles. Do not be in such a rush to be the first one out the door to slap down that buzzer. Do not be in such a rush to present yourself as present for someone else because you're concerned that they're going to replace you with a better friend or a new friend and that somebody's going to take your position. Spirit really wants to get you in a space of knowing, honey, that you cannot be replaced. And if they replace you, let them, because that just showed how impatient they are with you. That just shows that they have no respect for your time. That just shows that they have no respect for you, honey. The visionary vanguard. Okay, it says it might require multiple trials and error attempts before your desired creation materialize. During this process, a significant level of integrity is needed. Baby, 3 snaps. Move beyond mere logic and reason. We gonna leave that there, baby. You know what? I want to get some of these. I'm gonna be shuffling all the live long day, but I want to get some of these. I'm gonna put them back in the background if any of them have any exposing niblets. But Spirit, what is it that you want? Okay, so vision beyond. Okay, visions of life beyond death. Confirmation. I'm sure you heard that because I'm looking down. Diving for light. Okay, there it is. Against the grain. And new birth. Guarding vigility. She feels, she knows. So trust your feelings. And if you need to second guess your feelings, it's because you are looking at your past ways of dealing with things in the connection of who it is that you need to be and what it is that needs to change for you to be respected via yourself and via others, and who it is that you are becoming. Visions of life beyond death. So know that you are going to be okay. Know that you're going to be all right. This card, happiness. You're going to be fine. It says, I am aware that I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Now, Spirit really wants you to understand that just like you need to redefine your understanding of love, you need to redefine your understanding of what happiness is. Okay. All right. Where are we going? Okay. And then we wanted to get these, baby. Okay. This heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy. Because like I said, I've been there before. I know. I'm telling you, there are people. I am deactivated from all my social media sites, like Facebook, Instagram, and all those, right? My stuff has been deactivated for years. But there are people who still classify me as the person who they once know. So there was this person who I knew from the old neighborhood, and I would say there was discord because they were arguing, I was communicating, but within this this argument that he was having, but this communication that I was listening, but also I was communicating. It was arguing. He said to me, "Well, everybody says that you're manipulative," and I was like, "Wait, so you are not experiencing me from your vantage point of being able to experience me. You are experiencing in me based on what others have told you about me. And no one can't really tell you anything about me, especially those who we know as far as mutuals, because I have not talked to those people or even been in the presence of those people in shit 7+ years, and a lot of them I want to say 10+ years. And I have done so much change, adjustments, work, so much on myself. All right, even in regards to my children know how private of a person I am. So for that person to currently had said that to me, it was like, oh, nope, you gotta go because you do not qualify to be in the vicinity of me. I will not tolerate someone banking their experience of me based off of what others have said. All right, we don't do that. We don't do that. So Spirit wants you to, okay, so postponement, comparisons, silent, the creator, existence, politics, baby. Didn't I just say it? Politics. And that's exactly what that was, politics and participation. So here with what I am seeing back here is that just as I just expressed to you, watch the politics of communication and how you share your space and your experiences with others. Everything in this message is something that Spirit wants you to check with yourself. Is it validation for you of something that you need to do? Said postpone yourself by not being so quick to even call someone up or go rush into someone else's presence when you're having a bad moment. Spirit really wants you to understand that you are very resourceful with yourself. You know yourself better than you could ever explain yourself or your situations with anyone else. The understanding that you are grasping for someone else to understand about you when you are sharing a downfall of experience is desperation. It's saying that you don't feel that you have the self-interest, confirmation, that you don't feel that you have the self-interest or the self-resourcefulness or the self-sufficiency of yourself to manage your own ordeals. But Spirit is saying, if indeed you do not listen to that portion of the message and you want to test drive it for a little bit, next time you feel like you want to trauma dump or just vent to someone, if you are on the phone, listen to their silence. Listen to how they respond. Listen to the questions that they ask you. Are there questions that they're asking you? Questions of concern, of helping you to be able to actually repair your self situation, not the situation that you have with the person, but does what they're sharing, does their questioning of you and your situation actually help you to become a better person, regardless of the situation that you're bringing to them? And if they are a person in your presence, how attentive are they to you? And if they are attentive, are they attentive because they feel like they're getting the tea and they being nosy and they gonna hop on the phone or whatever the case may be with somebody right after you leave? Once again, same thing applies with the phone conversation to the conversation of them being in your presence. But the thing about them being in your presence is watch their body language. Now, you may not be so much paying attention to their body language when they're in the presence of you, but when you walk away, reflect on it. Reflect on it. And also ask yourself, do you feel lighter? Do you feel happier? Are you concerned about them running back and telling somebody your business? And honey, I would like to say that's all you need to know. But Spirit is saying if you feel that way of them, you may feel that they may run back and tell somebody your business, or you are in that space of convincing yourself, nah, they're not going to tell my business. Yeah, once again, you're trying to convince yourself that they won't. All right, but remember who they are when they are with you. They are also that way with someone else, and also ways that they're not with you, with other people, because they know that you have your limits, your limitations, and that there's only so much that your fragile being can handle. So, Rebels, let's get you a message and get you out of here. But we want to also get this one. And it says gratitude. Be grateful for what it is that you have left. Be grateful for what it is that you have left once you see yourself out of this cycle. All right? So, baby, and it says the cat with independence. You are being encouraged to develop balance between independence and time of togetherness. Love it. Mm, mm, mm. I'm going to get through this card. This also indicates that you would be greatly benefited from a profound journey of self-discovery. Learn to enjoy time spent with yourself. Baby, if that ain't confirmation, I don't know what is, because I know that's confirmation. So, okay. And you have redemption with, renegade. So, though you are, once you accept this, if you do indeed accept this, you gonna be in an energy of redemption, but you know others around you are gonna be on some renegade shit. So rebel, continue to rebel on, okay? Because being a rebel is not about being bad and rebellious. No, it's about being rebellious, but it's about rights. It's about your morals. It's about your principles. It's about being in alignment with who your higher self is, and knowing that you oftentimes got to walk this journey alone, that you are not always needed, the company and the companionships and the spouse and all the other stuff. Being a rebel is genuinely about you got to walk this alone, this journey by yourself, and that a lot of people ain't gonna agree with it, but you got to do it even when others don't agree with it. Ooh, honey, then you got 777 with good luck. Look at spirits, which is bidding you adieu and saying good luck. This message is most likely to reach you during an intense uncertainty. You'll come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet you'll need enthusiasm and effort to get this message to others. Now let's clarify. Let's understand this message a bit, because this is about. It says spiritual awakening on here. It says divine intervention on here. Now it's not that you are gonna be who blind all up in people's faces, though. You may need to experience that, though you may need to hoopla up in somebody's face, though you may need to snap out, may need to see yourself snap off just to be able to see yourself snap back into the alignment of where it is that you're trying to go. This is about you showing. This is about you being, just how I said about that person telling me that they pretty much, they didn't know that they were saying that to me, but they pretty much told me that they were living their experience with me through what others had predicted, projected, and had felt that they experienced of me. Okay? So you need to just live it. You need to just live it. You need to just be it. You need to just know it. Because remember what I said it is to be a rebel. Not everybody's going to agree with you. But so long as you know that you are in agreement with yourself and that you are doing this for your well-being, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, your adaptability. Okay? Remember we started this message about adapting. You've been adapting to what others' interests are. And during the sake of, keeping them, you and being with them and being in the presence of agreement with them, you are adapting to what will be agreeable with them. But once you walk away from them, you're like, hold up, did I say that? Wait, that ain't me. Ooh, I look crazy going back trying to correct that, or maybe I should go correct that. Honey, your adaptability of you being able to be you within any environment, any situation or circumstances. Rebels, I hope that this message, and it's a loud ringing going on, that I'm whispering now. And now it's settling. Spirit said, come right over here. Right over here. I'm going to be doing some shuffling, honey. And then they say it right here, so they want me to read this. Oh, baby, and it say freedom. Okay, so this one says outdoors. Go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So go on a silent walk with yourself. Don't listen to music. Don't have somebody on the phone with you. Though you can have an ear pod up in your ear, just have the phone on do not disturb or whatever the case may be. If you are one of those people who need to seem like you have others with you just in case anything could potentially happen. I don't know what type of environment you're in, but I felt that was needed to say. But don't listen. Just be with nature. Just be with nature and be with yourself, and allow the feelings to flow. Allow the energy to meet you. All right. Have that conversation with yourself. Then you also have share your voice. So hear yourself. Hear yourself. Hear yourself in ways that you have yet to hear yourself. It says, come out of the cave, baby. Come out of the cave. Be loud. Let that shit echo. Let that message echo. And it says the crumbling, which is also the tower for me. It says, what are you clinging on to, baby? Baby. What are you clinging on to? It's coming down. Okay, it says freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. Rebels, I love and I adore you, but I gotta send you on your way. Go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you. Remember to limit your distractions. And so you can really have this time with yourself. You spend every moment of your life with yourself. How is it that you know others better than they claim to know themselves? How is it that you know others better than you know yourself? Stop trying to fix people. Work on yourself, especially in this aspect of this message. Rebels, I love you and I adore you. Go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels!